Hello, hello. Hey, thanks for hopping on and joining us over here on YouTube. We're trying out some different things, but we appreciate everybody hopping on. Will you drop a comment and just say hey so we can see who all is on and we can kind of give you guys a shout out. Hi, Amy. Hey, Deborah. Tony's on. Good job. Okay. Well, let's get started because we got a lot of things to show, and we've got a brand new exclusive that we are launching today, Claire. So I want to make sure that we have time for that. Why don't we? I'll tell you what I would love for you to do is I do have a dot reveal that I'm going to give away. So what I would love is, will you just say hello and where you're from, and I will, and then we'll do a drawing from something like that. So comment where you're joining us from. Claire, did you get your hair cut?
Yeah, but I had it cut maybe 10 days ago.
But they haven't seen you.
Oh, I suppose they haven't, have they?
No, I don't. I think
I haven't had it yet.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There's comments on how cute your hair looks. So.
Oh. Well, thank you very much.
Yep. No, I shouldn't say. I'm saying you're welcome for them, I guess. So, hey, everybody, thanks for hopping on. Okay, so we'll come back and we'll do the drawing for that dot reveal a little later. But let's jump in. One of the things that we're going to be talking about here on today's live, Claire, is the dots of the month for July, and we're kind of going in July here. We're kind of embracing some of the kind of citrus colors that we don't normally come out with, and we've had a ton of requests for, and so we're excited to kind of, it's just like a little bit of sunshine. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at our first look. Love it. Go for it.
So these are they are different colors, and we tend to not sort of utilize these colors. So we decided that we'd give it a try. So we have taken, this is a design that we've had in the past in different colors, but we felt that this worked really well with these citrus colors. So you've got this strong sort of tangerine orange color, you've got peridot, and then you've got a citrine color, which is the bright yellow. But then you surrounding that, you've got the clear crystal, which actually just sort of makes everything really pop. So you've got the statement version. This is called the Galaxy dot. So you've got the statement version and the original, and it's in our combination necklace. But I wanted to sort of give you an idea of how you can utilize also our core product that's in our catalogue as well. So you've got our dotlet earrings, hoop earrings here. And the peridot classic dotlet stacked into that, and you can see how well they complement and sit together well. So you can sort of, I think sometimes sort of trying out a new dot can enliven a foundation piece that you have already, sort of, and give it new life, you know, because you're adding a different color and maybe sort of make it look slightly different, and then work it in with products that we already have. So I think this sort of combination works really well, and you've got that little pop of peridot in the earrings.
So the thing that I love about this is actually it's a dot that we had a while back before we were recessed. I feel like before we had a recess setting, and it didn't work when we went to all being recessed. And so if I'm remembering correctly, I could be wrong, or it's an expensive dot, and at the time we didn't have a price point that covered it, maybe. That may be it. But this is the Galaxy, and it really was a very popular design, and I think it's because there's so much sparkle and shine on it with all the different crystals, but it's a little contemporary and kind of haphazard in that you've got different size crystals, different colors. And yeah, I think it's such a the thing that's great is you can totally pull in some of our solitaires, and it just plays so nicely with these galaxies. So, and somebody's saying this dot would be stunning in red, white, and blue. And I think that we actually at one time may have done one. I'd have to go back and look, because maybe, Denise, that would be like a great comeback dot sometime if we've done it in red, white, and blue. I'll have to go back and look, but great Great idea. Okay, why don't we go on and take a look at our next combination.
Okay, so this is our citrus Gerbera. Is that how you say it in the US? Because I
Gerber.
say
We don't have the A. We don't. I don't. At least I don't put the A on. I just call it a Gerber daisy.
Okay, Gerber daisy.
But you probably are saying it right. I feel like most of the time you guys say things correctly, and we've just kind of bashed the English language a little bit. So you can say it however you want, Claire.
We would call it, the flower is a Gerbera or a Gerbera daisy. So that's how we sort of name it. But it's a daisy. And it's got this sort of lovely ombre effect of sections of that peridot enamel, the bright yellow and the orange. And then we've reflected this in sections of crystal as well. And I remember designing this with Gina. And we did various attempts with this of how the crystals were laid out. We sort of alternated them and sort of made sure that it worked really well. And this was the final design. We felt that the crystals sat with the same sort of pattern of enamel, worked in those sort of thirds around the daisy. And then we pulled that center section and created, this is the citrus flare. So sort of reflected that in the original dots. And using our classic link statement necklace and classic hoop earrings as well, but just added a little bit of a zhuzh with the silver chain tassels hanging off the hoops as well. So I think that combination, because it's such a bright statement dot, I think sort of using the classic pieces just work really well with it and just make them shine really. I just love that sort of citrus zingy splash of colour there. It looks great.
Yep, I absolutely agree. And here's the thing that I love about these colors is that maybe you don't typically wear yellow or orange or lime green, but how many of us, like I wore this shirt intentionally. It's just like a neutral tan, or you wear black, or you wear like this is something that even with just a neutral clothing on, it's just a fun, bright splash of summertime, you know what I mean, that you could totally wear with your jewelry. And I think it absolutely pops off of, you know, the blacks and grays, all of kind of those colors. So I think even if you're like looking at it, you're like, well, I don't normally wear those colors, then I would encourage you to still like take a look at it and think of it and think outside the box. And that's what I love, Claire, that you do, is you really help us to kind of think outside of the box and see new ways that we can wear maybe jewelry that we already have, but you know, by adding these different dots or wearing it in different combinations, you really, I feel like, open up our mind to new ideas. So I love that about it. Okay, I'll let you show our next combination now.
So the next combination, my go-to sort of bracelet is the Interlinks starter bracelet, and I've attached the statement setting here with our citrus Gerbera there. But then I wanted to sort of layer up and show you sort of pulling the solitaires in two of those colours. You pull those across into our classic 3-dot bracelet, and then using the original citrus flare in the center. You can see that whole combination works really well together. It's sort of really lively and sort of a tangy sort of bright color mix there going on. So I think that sort of combination sits really well together. So you don't sort of have, if you sort of not into wearing a necklace or the particular outfit you're wearing doesn't work with a necklace, you can then have those citrus colors and that sort of zestiness on your wrist as well.
I love that. And I don't know that I would have thought to do this, but now that's what happens. I feel like so many times is I see what you've done and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have thought, but I love the way that the jewelry reads a little bit more like there's more orange just because you've got that orange cat eye in the center. And I love how in that 3-dot bracelet, you've balanced that out by pulling out the yellow and the peridot. And I think that it's absolutely a gorgeous thing. And I love that we are kind of, we're getting you to kind of think outside of your box. So Deb Frieden said, falling in love with these colors, summer right into fall, love it. So yeah, we're seeing several comments on how much everybody is loving the July dots of the month. So, and honestly, we get a lot of requests for these colors, and we just don't typically kind of lean into those. And so sometimes Claire and I have to stretch ourselves even to not just make dots in our favorite colors.
Well, I think
other people have other favorite colors.
We very much, I think Gina and I have similar sort of, we like fuchsias and the blue tones and that sort of spectrum of colours. So for us, picking in oranges and yellows and green actually sort of does take us out of our comfort zone in terms of when we're choosing dots of the month. So this was a stretch, but we felt we'd had quite a lot of requests for it. And I just sort of think, you know, with summertime and everything, this does work really well. But interesting enough, I think, you know, I've pulled in the yellow and the peridot either side, but if you wanted to go more sort of fall and autumnal, if you pulled in more red and orange, then you could take it into that season as well. I've stuck with sort of the yellow and the peridot because we're in summer at the moment, but you can pull and draw those colours sort of so it's more seasonal to when you're going to wear them.
It's a great combination. Okay, let's see what else you've got in store for us. I think we've got.
Right.
And then Brandon, just so that you know, I'm going to do the dot reveal after we go through the dots of the month. Then I'll do the drawing from somebody that. So if you're joining us a little bit late, drop in this where you're joining us from, so that your name can be in the drawing for a dot reveal. We're going to give away a dot reveal today. So just drop in your city and state, and we will we'll get you going.
So with this one, again, I've used the Interlinks starter bracelet, but I've taken the three original settings and then linked them together with the triggerless clasp. But then sort of interspersed with the peridot accents. So you've got those little drops hanging off each of the triggerless clasps, and then sort of my go-to chain tassel to give you that bit of movement. But then I've used the galaxy dot in the center, and again, then pulled colors from our existing dot range that we have. So you've got the yellow and the orange either side, and it sort of pulls those colors from the galaxy in the center. But what I like about this combination and the way that sort of the Interlinks works really well, it can suit every budget, because, you know, you've got a lot of elements going on here. So, you know, this bracelet works out at sort of a slightly higher price point. But if you still want a similar look, then you can pull pieces out. So you could only have one original setting in the center and maybe one accent and the chain tassel, and it will actually then sort of give you a lower price pointed piece. So that's sort of because it's so customizational and interchangeable, you know, it can suit anybody, and whatever you want to spend, you can then pull elements together to sort of hit your price point budget as well.
I'm intermittently muting myself because for some reason, I don't know if you're hearing my fan or what, but I can't like stop in the middle. So I'm like, every time I go to talk, I'm like, oh, wait, you're not even, I'm moving my lips and no sounds coming out for you guys. But again, it's a great combination. It's a great way to add movement to your wrist wear. So yeah, great job, Claire. Oh, okay. I really love this combination. So good job.
We've got our classic waterfall necklace, and then I've used two of the galaxies, top and bottom, and then the flare in the center. But this was a really interesting one when I was putting this together, because when we have the images of the dots, they're taken in one sort of direction. So if you can see the galaxy dot, you've got the larger orange crystal at the top. But I felt I wanted to sort of give that bit of difference as well. So you can see that the lower galaxy, I've actually sort of turned 180 degrees. So the dot looks slightly different and in a different position. And that's the beauty about the dots that we have. You can actually sort of change the direction, which actually can give you sort of a nice combination and a nice flow through that waterfall. So you've got that sort of larger crystal at the top, but then it sits differently lower down. And then complemented that with our orange bling in the center of the classic 3-dot bracelet. And then beautifully using our couture, birthstone couture dots. You've got the peridot and citrine snapped to either side. So that's sort of pulling in the green and the yellow combination. But I think that just gives you this lovely sort of zingy, zesty feel with all of these citrus colours going on. So it's really lively and fun pieces to wear.
And I think it's a great idea to pull in and complement, kind of pull out that orange cat eye that's in the center of the citrus flare by using our bling cat eye, the orange bling cat eye. So again, so far this is my favorite combination, Claire, but let's see what else you've got up your sleeve.
So again, using the Galaxy, the Citrus Galaxy in our Statement Classic link necklace, sort of as your centerpiece, but then sort of layering up with our elongated link chain necklace with the classic necklace drop, and then adding the flare into that. So, you could add in the original version of the Galaxy, but I wanted sort of that combination that you've got a more solid color going on lower down on your layering. And it actually sort of pulls through the crystals from the statement dot down to sort of the lower necklace that you're wearing. But then using the original Galaxies in our classic earrings as well, so that you've got that sort of coordination going on. But your necklaces aren't matchy-matchy. You just sort of, it's the color combination and those crystals are the same, but just sort of in a different design. So again, that layering looks great. And I think, like you were talking about, combination of what tops to wear, I think this would work with neutrals and the black and whites as well. So you don't have to sort of wear a bright green top or a bright yellow top if that's not your colors, but you can have, it can complement if you have those neutrals and those sort of essential colors that you should sort of have in your wardrobe, and the jewelry can layer on top.
Yeah. Sonia said these would go well with margaritas. So
I like
hey, we're not gonna tell you differently. So yeah, no, I think it's a great thing, and I love that you're showing, because I think that sometimes we're so in love with hoop earrings that sometimes we forget about how great the classic earrings are, and a lot of people prefer that shepherd's hook. So I love that we're using, that you're showing that, because I do feel like it's a they're very popular earrings that you and I just probably tend to forget, because I have a tendency anyway to I lean into my hoops all the time.
Well, and again, that's really interesting you say that, because I was sort of about to sort of say, oh yes, hoop earrings, because you just automatically go to the hoop earring, because I think of the versatility, you can sort of hang other things off them, but I just wanted that sort of simple touch and to add that tiny bit of coordination, so you can still have sort of the zingy colouring in your earrings, but just that pop of colour there, and then that sort of complements the neckwear that you're wearing.
Yep. And I've seen people get pretty creative slipping things over that shepherd's hook and trying to attach other things. So I feel like I've seen those pictures, but I'm going to have to test it out for myself, where they just added the tassel to sit behind the setting and all of that. But I'm going to have to test it out, because I feel like I've seen that, not from you, but like from one of our BPs when they're sharing their looks and stuff. So yeah. Yeah,
the tassel quite possibly will hook onto the back, because it's sort of flexible enough that it will hang, hanging along sort of the back. So yes, that probably would work.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have another look? We don't have another look. Okay. So before we move on and talk about the Hostess exclusive and our showcase special and all of that, let's do our giveaway. I don't know why I bother taking my glasses off, because then I can't read the name. So our winner is Michelle Clark. Michelle Clark, and Michelle is joining us from Cedarville, Illinois. So Michelle Clark from Cedarville, Illinois, this is your dot reveal. Let's see what Michelle won. The yellow is similar to the topaz, more than like a mustard tone. It actually is. That's the crystal that's in it. So when you see the yellow crystals, those are topazes. Okay, Michelle, this is your dot reveal. So it's got that little swirl kind of going around the outside, or little circles, and then You've got AB crystals and sapphire crystals in it. So congratulations, Michelle Clark. Michelle, if you can email info@styledots.home.com and with the address that we can ship this out to, and just put in the subject line blue dot reveal, and then they'll know exactly what to do with that. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. Okay, let's take a look. So this is a special month for hostesses, Claire. We've got something special for you. We actually have double host dollars here in the month of July. So what that means is if you normally would earn, you have a $250 social and you would normally earn whatever the amount is. I'm drawing a blank now. I think it's not 25, it's maybe $25. Anyway, you double that. So you would earn $50. So it's basically the amount that you earn at each level is just doubled. But it means that at $1,000 social, which happens a lot, is not uncommon, that's $400 in free product that you can earn. Thank you, Cheyenne. It is $25. And the cool thing is that literally we just finished June. It was our best month that we've ever had. And I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. The average amount sold per boutique partner was over $1,000. That is double the industry average. So we were like, you guys were crushing it all of our boutique partners were crushing it last month. So when I say $1,000 social, it may seem like a lot, but around here, I feel like that's happening. That happens frequently. So absolutely, we love double host dollars. It's a great way for us to spoil all of our hostesses. So reach out to your boutique partner, let her know that you want to take advantage of it this month, that you want to host a social. Plus, you're going to be able to share some of our summer celebration sales with your guests. I mean, there's a lot of great things happening here in July. We also have our showcase on sale. So these are our normal showcases, our boutique showcase and elite showcase. One is normally $249. The boutique showcase is normally $249. You can join Style Dots for $199 and get all of that product. It's the same product as we normally have for $199. So for $50 off. And then again, the $399 showcase is just $349. So $50 off both of those showcases. It makes it a great time to join, get started, and then we've got lots of exciting things coming this fall. So
you so want to join Style Dots.
Yeah.
We've got some amazing things coming.
Yep, we do. Yeah. Claire and I were just talking before this, and she was supposed to come over for conference to do Product Palooza and all of that. And for a long time, she would be like, Gina, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out of the country. And I was like, la, 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 I'm not listening. Like, I am not going to pay attention. I don't want to hear that. And I was kind of in denial. But now that we're kind of getting to, in the same month, this conference, I'm realizing that, you know what, I don't know that we're going to have Claire there virtually. And I keep joking that at conference, we're just going to rent a robot that has a video face. And so you can just roll around the auditorium and say hi to everybody. But it'll be.
It's a difficult one, but at the moment I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. Things are a little bit more shut down still and in the UK. So and we don't want to do anything that would put you in jeopardy. We want to keep you healthy. So we totally get that. Okay, so we've got one more thing. We've got an exclusive, Claire, a brand new exclusive that we're launching. And this is one that, in all honesty, we've been wanting to do for a long time. We just weren't sure what we wanted the design to look like. We wanted it to be something kind of special because we wanted to do something to honor all of the healthcare heroes that for the last, honestly, 18 months have been taking care of people and have been working extra shifts and exposing themselves, in a different way when the rest of us can all just lock ourselves in the house. That wasn't really an option for them. And so I come from a family with nurses and doctors and all of that. And so, yeah, we wanted to do a little something to recognize them and to thank them. And so, Brandon, why don't you go ahead and show? This is our healthcare hero charm. And Claire, I love it. I love the little stethoscope in the heart shape. It's got crystals up there by the ear parts of the stethoscope, and then again at the bottom of it. And so, yeah, I think it's absolutely adorable, and definitely, you know what I mean? Definitely, I think is a great little gift for the healthcare heroes in your life. And so, yeah, we're really excited about this. And I know you've got great plans and great ideas of how you can wear this. So Amy Miller said she just retired from nursing, but will definitely get this, right? It's so adorable. So
I think it's so sweet, and I just sort of think it says everything we want to say, because there's just been so many people that have worked so hard to help sort of look after us in the US as well as the UK here as well. Amazing, and put their lives on hold to sort of save other people's lives. So, I just think this sort of represents that. So it's so sweet, really cute.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the different ways that you're styling this up.
So I have used our Interlinks starter bracelet with the original setting, had the charm hanging off to one side with our silver chain, but also then snapped in our nurse's dot into the center. Just sort of, I think that whole combination works really well, and sort of, again, represents that sort of those heroes, those nurses that have worked so hard. So I think that sort of, and I like sort of the tonality of it, actually, sort of silver then with the black as well. So I think that combination works with the clear crystal. So I think it's sort of a really chic look.
Yeah, I think you could totally wear this with whatever color scrubs they've got on. Yeah. They could totally wear it. So
I also thought with this look as well, and if you didn't want to have the nurse's dot snapped in, you could actually snap in sort of your birthstone solitaire or something like that. I think that would work really well. And if you wanted that to add extra accents, you could sort of add your birthstone accent as well. So I thought sort of this whole combination is very versatile.
Yep. Okay, let's take a look at our next little option.
So these,
love it.
I thought they look really sweet. So there are dotlet hoop earrings, but not without the sort of the recessed setting. And I've just hung the charm off those hoops. So I think sort of scale wise, they work really well just with them hanging off the hoops. So yeah, really sweet.
Yeah, because those hoops they're like little huggy hoops. They're and so, yeah, I think that's a great little, especially sometimes with nurses, they can't wear things that dangle down quite a bit because you may have a patient or something grabbing. So I think that kind of those tighter little huggy hoops is a great option there too. So good thinking. Okay.
And just kind of layering up here and sort of subtle colouring. So I've used our dotlet single necklace with a pearlized pop dotlet. An elongated link chain necklace, the triggerless clasp, and then layered the chain tassel and then the charm on that. So very sort of delicate, light looking piece, but you've got those little added glitters and sparkles because of the crystals there, but kept it sort of neutral tones as well. So I think it's a really sort of subtle look, very sort of different to sort of the dots of the month, but it's just sort of a quite calm, dainty look.
Yeah. And then do we have... Flip the next slide, Brandon. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Yay. So anyway, thank you all so much again for joining us here on YouTube for Live at Lunch. We'll also be back in 2 weeks here on the same YouTube channel. We're trying this for the month of July just because sometimes the other option acts up. So we want to try this as well. So and I'm going to come back through and look at the things, and I may just send out a little few extras for those that are joining us here on YouTube. So I appreciate you stepping in and kind of trying something new with us as we grow and try to continue to do all that we can to service you as well as we can. We've turned the charm on. You'll find it under the exclusives tab on your boutique partners website or at style.home.com. So it's on and ready to go. But thanks, Claire, for taking some time out of your day to join us. And thank you, everybody else. We appreciate you hopping on here. So anyway, we'll talk to you all later. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.